Hey everyone, welcome back and happy Tuesday. All right, guys, well, we came back with some more Chrisley news because it looks like, according to Radar Online, that Todd and Julie Chrisley were denied bond as they appeal their verdict. Now, they are forced to report to prison in just 7 days, so they have 1 week left of freedom. This is like the countdown has officially begun. Now, before we jump in, I just want to say we have a few things going on today. We have Jason going live on Hot Messy Podcast YouTube channel, exclusively to Hot Messy Podcast YouTube channel, with Fim Tarot talking about the Royals at 2 p.m. Eastern. He's also doing Anchor Watch tonight with Josh. You guys know every Tuesday night at 11 p.m. Eastern. And then, of course, we have pre-records and community polls all the way through. So if you guys haven't already, go ahead and smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And with that, let's jump right in.
It's time for all your binge-worthy pop culture news. Welcome to Up and Adam.
All right, guys, so it's no secret. I really don't know what the Chrisleys thought that they were going to get out of this, but yes, Todd and Julie Chrisley are going to jail just like it was planned. I mean, even though they were trying to appeal the verdict, they still might be able to throughout their sentence, like maybe something will happen, but since it's federal prison, they have to do about 85% of the time. So with that, if you look at it and you do the math, she's going to prison for 7 years. So 85% of 7 years, she still has to do about 6 years, and 85% of 12 years, he still has to do about 10 years, 2 months. And that's if they have good behavior, if they do everything, they comply with what's going on within the prison system. If they do anything that's like not necessarily good, or if they get like a little tick or a check mark or whatever happens when you do bad shit in prison, I'm sure that will affect it. Now, Chrisley Knows Best duo will be forced to report to prison on January 17th after a judge denied them bond on Tuesday while they fight to appeal their guilty verdicts in the $36 million bank fraud case. Holy shit. $36 million. I mean, I'm just so curious what $1 million looks like, but let alone 36, it's just like wild. The couple had been working with lawyers overtime in a last-ditch effort to avoid serving their sentences behind bars. Now, as RadarOnline.com reported, Todd and Julie will be checking into separate prisons next week, but they will still be able to communicate, which is, you know, I saw on Twitter where people were like, will they still be able to meet up and hook up and like do the visits where you get to like hook up with your spouse? I'm like, no, the answer is no. They will both be in prison. They're not going to be like, oh, Julie, you want to go see your husband? Okay, we're going to drive you 2 hours away and we're going to let you have an hour with him. No, I can't even believe that's a question. But I saw it on Twitter and I'm like, guys, this can't be real. Is this a joke? This has to be a joke. It's not a real question. This outlet told you first, being Radar Online, Todd and Julie will be able to write letters, send emails, and possibly mail each other packages behind bars with their warden's approvals. The Chrisley patriarch will be serving his 12-year sentence at federal prison camp Pensacola in Florida, where he could make up to 12 cents an hour scrubbing toilets. And I'm sure that's not something that really gets him excited, especially after running with millions and millions of dollars, allegedly. Julie is pushing hard to serve her 7-year sentence at the low security facility, federal correctional facility institution, really, in Tallahassee, Florida, where notorious trafficker Ghislaine Maxwell could be her, well, prison cellmate. Despite begging for Tallahassee, the judge had reportedly recommended Julie to FCI Coleman, although it's known for housing male inmates. If Coleman is full or doesn't work out, she will be headed to Tallahassee, which is most likely the case. Julie will be required to wake up every day at 6 a.m. to make her bed. She'll also be required to hold down a prison job like folding laundry, working in the kitchen, or even doing toilet duty. If she's lucky, the Chrisley Knows Best star might even be able to work alongside Maxwell for a laid-back job in the library. Todd and Julie are learning that this is all about to come down really quick. They have 1 week left. They're going to figure out all of this as soon as they check in, what their jobs will be. I'm sure they'll have designated situations. Like, this is a whole prison system. Everyone wants to know, well, we don't know. Thankfully, if you haven't been behind bars, we don't really know. So we're leaning on media outlets like RadarOnline.com in other places. But as of right now, I can't even imagine what's going through their heads. They said that Todd and Julie are leaning on their faith, therapy, and family in their last days leading up to prison. They've also made amends with Todd's estranged daughter, Lindsay, despite their dark and twisted past. The main focus is keeping their family together while behind bars, and the couple adopted their 10-year-old granddaughter, Chloe. And following the guilty verdicts, her biological mom has also threatened to fight for custody. Now, we've heard that Savannah will be the one who will be taking over custody of Chloe. That has yet to be determined because her biological mother is still trying to fight that. And I just feel bad. My heart breaks, just like in any situation, my heart breaks for all of the kids of the Chrisleys, even if they're adults or not, whatever. It's like you still need your parents. And I even see where sometimes people are like, well, they did it, so they should have thought about their kids. Yes, I get that from that perspective. Allegedly, they did it, right? They're still fighting it and saying that they didn't. But I get it from that perspective of like, they should have thought about their kids. But that doesn't mean that the kids are not hurting, especially a 10-year-old who Savannah said on her podcast that she puts in her headphones and she covers her ears, but really she's not listening to anything and she tries to drown out the noise. My heart breaks for her. She's 10 years old and she's watching all of this. I mean, if you go out to a restaurant right now, you see kids who are like 6 years old and they have iPads in front of them. Their parents hand them their phones and they let them play on the internet, or they let them play video games or apps or whatever the case is. To think that a 10-year-old is not going on social media or not seeing the internet or not hearing what's going on with her parents or her grandparents, even though they call themselves her parents, but they are not their biological parents. They are her grandparents. They adopted her. To think that she would not be aware and not hearing the conversations within the house when they talk to their attorneys, when the other kids are talking about it, I think that that's extremely naive and silly. And my heart just breaks for this little girl. So we're going to see what happens. I'm sure there's going to be press all over this when they do have to check themselves into prison. And I'm wondering what the updates will be. But in the meantime, I want to hear what your thoughts are. So go ahead and comment below. What are your thoughts when it comes down to RadarOnline.com reporting that they have been denied bond as they still attempt to appeal their verdict? How do you feel about this? And how do you think that this whole prison sentence is going to go? Go ahead, comment below, do all of the YouTube stuff. Don't forget to smash that like button. If you're not subscribed, get subscribed. Don't forget to hit that notification bell. And also go to our community tab and vote in the poll. We'll see you for both lives today, one at 2 p.m. on Hot Messy Podcast YouTube channel. And then, of course, tonight for Anchor Watch at 11 p.m. Eastern. I love you guys, and we'll see you so very soon.